are many of us who think that family members are family members, but they are not family members. These people who you are coming up against, bucking up against, they're bucking up against you and things of that nature. You think that these are the people of old who you could just bring a correction to, who you could just talk to and say, this is what I see and things of that nature. But you have to recognize and realize that when people don't want to hear what you're saying, when you have a prophetic word, whenever you have something that you're seeing that you're trying to correct and love because you are just a loving person and you love the family and you want to see the family together and things of that nature. But whenever you correct people or whenever you say something to somebody and they take it whole left field, it's because you're not dealing with Paul. You're not dealing with your cousin from yesteryear. You're not dealing with your siblings. You're dealing with them demons, with the spirit that is wrestling and fighting and bucking up against you, because it's not that what you said was wrong when you were trying to bring correction. The problem is them demons don't like you. And they don't like what you said. This is spirit to spirit. This has nothing to do with biological. This has nothing to do with flesh and blood. This has to do with the spirit that don't like you. No matter what you said, no matter how you said it, they don't like you. So they are going to disrespect you and make you feel less than and make you feel like you are the problem when you are not the problem, because what you said, you think you're talking to your family member, but you're not talking to your family member, because your family member is no longer your family member. Your family member has been picked up and possessed by whatever it is that they are allowing to control them, the demons that are within them. So in order for you to reach your family member, you have to get that demon out, cast it out or whatever, or leave that family member until they get deliverance. But you can't be in your feelings thinking that you are dealing with your favorite cousin, who you love, your brother, your sister, your mama, your daddy, whoever it is, uncle who always was the life of the party. Now all of a sudden, uncle don't have no positive words for you and don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You better not go to auntie trying to say nothing to auntie to keep the peace with auntie, because auntie gonna let you have it. But it ain't auntie. It's not your ma. It's not your pa. It's not your auntie, your uncle, your sister, your brother. It's the demon that is operating in and through these people that can't stand who you are and who you represent. You are the serious one. You are the chosen one. You are the rare breed. You are the one who's really walking the walk, talking the talk, living this life, letting your light shine for Christ. They're not messing with a lot of people. Now, it could be all of y'all are in church, but you are the one who's talking to God and communicating with God and obedient to God and hearing the voice of God, and God is using, and they don't like that, because they'll let church people go to church and sing and dance and shout and clap and usher and do all of these things. But when you, the one who's connected, abiding in, plugged in, you in the socket with the power source, you about to get the business. And that's why you can't be in your feelings. You can't be in your feelings no matter who it is. And the reason why you are offended, because you love these people. These are people you grew up with. These are people who used to hear you, who you used to respect. But because you are not discerning and you don't see through eyes in the spirit, you don't see the demon operating behind that person, trying to agitate you, trying to vex you and provoke you and pull you out of the plan and will of God by offending you. There's a book called The Bait of Satan. I think I mentioned it before on here. Read that book. It'll help you to get out of offense, because Satan is baiting you. And he's baiting you to be offended so that you block your blessings, so that he can step in and keep you from receiving what God has for you. But you have to recognize, those of us who are not connected and don't understand the spirit realm, and I really can't fathom it, because God is a spirit, and we who worship him, we who talk to him, we who spend time with him, it must be in spirit and in truth. So because we're dealing with the spirit realm, you need to be able to understand that when you talk to people and they don't perceive you or receive you, don't get mad at your loved ones. Don't get mad at the family member. Get mad at them demons that's operating and running and controlling. And start letting that devil know, I see you, you demon from the pit of hell. You don't have to say it to the person because they're going to take offense to it. But you need to let that demon know, buddy, I see you. And you got to go. And then learn the deliverance. Find out what the name of the demon is. Because one thing about a demon, they stupid. If you talk to them long enough, they're going to reveal who they are. And then you can cast that joker out. But because you are offended, you're going to stay away from the family member who needs deliverance. And you're offended and you can't get your blessing because you're offended by what you thought the family member said to you, but it wasn't a family member. It was the demon that rejected you. And those of us who are prophets and prophetic, I got a word of the Lord, but you don't know how to deliver the word so that the spirit receives what is being said and not the soul. Not the demon that's controlling the person. You got to get wisdom. You got to talk to God and ask God to give you the wisdom, the timing, the strategy. Whether you got to talk to them in a parable, a nursery rhyme, or however. Remember how Nathan had to talk to David when he needed to get to David and get the word to David and let David know, you the man. You the one that did this. He had to use what he was creative in doing, telling a story in order to get David to see himself. We must be wise as serpents and harmless as doves in this day and in this age, in this time that we live in. It ain't your mama. It ain't your daddy. It's the spirit operating behind who is offended by what you said. So because the spirit knows what's in you, the demonic spirit, the familiar spirit, the monitoring spirit knows how to offend you. Because they're going to tell you, who do you think you are? When you laying up and shacking and you ain't married and you going to come and tell me X, Y, and Z, oh, they going to call your demons out. Don't you have a shot of Henny every night before you go to bed? How you going to come and tell me anything? How you going to check me? And then if you are in righteousness and you're not doing any of this, they're going to pull up something from your past to offend you. Or they are going to speak something about somebody you love to offend you. If they know you close-knit with your mama, they're going to tell you to go tell your mama the same thing you telling them because your mama do the same thing they do. Did you correct your mama on what you telling me? And you are offended. But you can't be in your feelings right now. You block your blessing. You shut down. The demon wins on both sides because he's still controlling your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your siblings, whoever. And now you're offended and you can't even get the blessing that God has for you. Remember, Pa ain't your pa. They not who they used to be. Even though in the movie I know that this man was never Whoopi Goldberg's or Celie's father, but in the same token, this ain't your parent. This ain't who you think it is. It's a spirit operating behind whoever it is that you are offended because they didn't receive what you said, even the prophetic word. Whether they're leaders or teachers, mentors, somebody you look up to, they're not going to receive it. If they got a Leviathan, a Jezebel, a controlling spirit, a bitter spirit, an angry spirit, they're not going to receive you. It's a spirit operating behind them.